French Guiana, in the heart of the Amazons. Lost in the middle of the jungle, the training center of the equatorial forest, the CEFE. Here, 34 carefully selected soldiers begin one of the most difficult pieces of training from the French Army. For 1 month, these experienced soldiers will learn to master all the survival techniques in a hostile environment. For all these men, their new boss is Captain Samuel. It's his first year here. From Afghanistan to Mali, passing through the Ivory Coast, the officer served on all battlefields. Organized by the Foreign Legion, this training course is, for the first time, open to all corps of the French Army. Regardless of rank and regiment, at the Legion, we are here to suffer.
I don't know what they told you, but if you are here at CEFE, this is not a holiday internship here. There is no training where we advance quietly. We don't act quiet here. In the evening, we sleep in a cell. Giving up is not an option. Under no circumstances do you come to my office in the evening to say, "That's it. I'm sick of this. I'm done." I can just call my girl and in an hour. She is going to be at the entrance to pick me up. That's not going to happen either.
The soldiers have no idea what awaits them. Only one certainty: they will have to obey night and day. At the double. "7,000 kilometers from Paris, the French Amazon. The territorial collectivity of French Guiana is 94% covered in jungle. In this green hell, for 4 weeks, the tests will follow one another at a frantic pace, with a frame that leaves nothing out.
Shut your mouth and move on. You will suffer, we agreed. Don't lift your head. Don't move there.
Sit down. No one standing.
As the training progresses, the bodies will suffer. Among the victims, Emilio. He comes from Chile.
Luckily, he has a bit of a mind, because right now it will hurt for a few days.
Eddie, I can't breathe, you fuckers.
But there's no question of giving up at the first hard blow. Legionnaires like the Serbian Nikos don't give up.
Come on, push.
Corporal Pierre is also pushing his limits. A jungle and a river of all dangers.
He does not understand like that. He will understand when he is wet.
So no one's standing in this vacuum canoe. There are rocks here, damn you.
A commando training where everything is earned, starting with the food.
The instruction is not going up equals not touching the bowl, not eating.
Cayman meat for the lucky ones. Eating here is an obsession. The empty stomach is left to itself. So Corporal Sam relies on his shotgun.
I thought we weren't going to eat.
The Legion Forest Training. Who will be chosen among the best in the Legion? The Forest Instructor Certificate. Fatigue, hunger, and the wounds of the 34 candidates at the start. How many will there be left at the end? The course begins with a swimming exam a bit special. The trainees will have to take the plunge with all their equipment. They are preparing to board the Legion canoes. To guide them, A team of 6 instructors, led by Staff Sergeant Thomas.
Where are you going like that?
After fighting on all fronts, he has just been transferred to the CEFE.
Have you been checked yet?
No, sir.
50 Legionnaire pull-ups.
With him, no chance of failure. For each mistake, there's a punishment. An iron discipline, better to be motivated. Like the Legionnaire Jean, he comes from Mauritius.
Do you want to go all the way?
Yes, I have to. We're already here. Even with a broken foot, we will do it.
From the start, the trainees are immersed in the big bath. On the Aprouag River, which borders the training center, the soldiers prepare for the worst. In uniform with rangers on the feet, the soldiers must swim against the current for 1 hour and a half.
The primary cause before of military accidents, there were deaths of drowning in Guyana. Every year, there were deaths by drowning in the Amazon rainforest for the military, especially the army. So it is essential to know how to swim for these soldiers. For poor swimmers, mastering the techniques makes it possible to cross cuts safely and alive.
Just a few minutes in the water, and John the Mauritian is already in trouble.
You have to move forward. If you don't move forward, the others will have to stay put. It's more tiring to stay put than to move forward. The others are getting tired because of you.
Very confident before the test, the Legionnaire fails.
He is unable to continue the course. Tomorrow we are going swimming with the FAMAS, and he already fails. With the FAMAS, it's good that he's already dead.
A last effort, but in vain.
If you can't do it, there is no need to continue the course. I'll call your captain, and we'll take you down to Kourou. So you rest for a minute there, and then you let go. The next time you hang on, it's going to be in the canoe taking you back to Kourou. Others, continue swimming.
Statement of failure.
I have foot cramps.
The Legionnaire Jen has no place in this elite course. The instructors record their first quitter. For the soldier from Mauritius, after just a few hours, the adventure comes to an abrupt end.
Leave him alone. It's just cinema.
What happened?
We swim, and then I had cramps on both sides. It's tiring.
For Captain Samuel, suddenly, a new emergency arises. A second soldier throws in the towel, and this time the case is serious. The medical team that accompanies each test arrive immediately. This soldier will remain anonymous.
He is part of the Special Forces. We have someone who has just been unwell. He was very pale. We preferred to put him in the canoe, and then he just started coughing up blood. So we're not going to take any risks. We're going to finish the session. We just put him on oxygen, and Alessio will take him back to the infirmary to pass the nurse, so she can see where it can come from. What is the problem?
There's blood mixed with yellow. It's weird.
Nurse, this is Officer Fouad. We bring up Legionnaire. He started feeling unwell in the water. We evacuated him. He is all pale, and he starts coughing up blood. He's on oxygen. He will arrive in 5 to 10 minutes.
The Special Forces soldier is finally evacuated. He will recover after a short hospital stay. Other soldiers before him were not so lucky. The dangers of a river and instructors who remain vigilant but intractable. The carnage continues with a third package.
Do you continue the course or do you give up?
I'm giving up.
The trainees are already only 31 left. This time, it is a member of the regular army who gives up. Private Alexander belongs to the 9th Regiment of Marine Infantry. Returning from a combat mission, he only had 24 hours to breathe before the course. Despite all his goodwill, his efforts were not enough. For once, Staff Sergeant Thomas shows understanding.
It's a shame to lose someone like him. He was well motivated. He wanted to continue, but he's going home. He will take care of his wounds, and he will come back the next time, and he will join us again here, in a better condition.
"20 minutes later, it's the end of the race. 31 survivors try, somehow, to get back into the canoes. This first test seemed a formality. The men are already exhausted, while the rest of the program looks much more difficult. Two hours on the canoe and a few moments of respite before the instructors concocted the rest of the tests.
Go on.
Barely out of the water, direction the formidable Peccary track, a very physical route that bears the name of an animal from the Amazon. In the middle of the jungle every 20 meters, a dozen obstacles to overcome. Demonstration with Staff Sergeant Thomas.
I put my hands flat on the table, semi-athletic method, and presto, passing through the dam. You go down here. You look at the bottom of the track while blowing and exhaling at this point. And from here, I continue my race.
All with the strength of the arms, a new major challenge. Sweat and mud, but it takes more to impress Sam. He comes from the Marines.
I wouldn't say it's easy, not that easy, but it is doable after we take the rhythm. But yeah, it is hard.
Always on the move, Instructor Thomas leads the way and gives the rules of the game. Trainees have a maximum of 10 minutes for the whole route. This current test is decisive for obtaining the certificate.
Any questions? In your places then. Go ahead.
More than 10 minutes on this track. It's worse than the average, so it's a fail. This is the special equatorial forest course, so it's part of the qualifying criteria for the training course, and it's important. Today, if someone does not get the average score, he will do the training course, in quotes, for free, since he already knows that it will not be certificated in the end.
Free. This means that for all these men, there is no possible mistake. The soldiers have the right to only one attempt, failure and elimination. Start of a race against time. The obstacles follow one another. The clock is ticking without the soldiers and the slightest notion of time.
There are 2 obstacles left. These are the easiest.
Fatigue, slippery wood and the mud. Nothing is spared to trainees of the Foreign Legion. They have to face all of that. At the end of the track, each soldier still has to announce himself.
Sergeant number 12. Finish the parkour at your service.
The technique is learned. It is worked. You will get better next time.
Even the elite soldiers finish the track out of breath, like Corporal Pierre of the Marine Infantry. He won the race, but has a hard time catching his breath. It's a Legionnaire's turn to finish, still trying to catch his breath.
Start again. Start again. You lost 10 seconds because I asked you to confirm your number, and you don't answer me. You don't want to answer me.
No.
Do you like to suffer? Yes. You will suffer, we agree.
Presenting yourself correctly is part of the Legion Honor Code.
Silence. Shut your mouth.
Sergeant number 19. Parkour finished. At your service.
It's not obvious, but Staff Sergeant Thomas welcomes the results obtained by its trainees.
The general level for a first course, peccary tracks, is satisfactory. So far, there are only 3 trainees who have failed on the track test. Of the 35 trainees,
who among them failed? None of the military will know until the end of the course, yet they all gave their all. Some did not come out unscathed. This is the case of Emilio, a Chilean legionnaire who injured his hand.
Yes, I succeeded. If I give up, it's failure.
Are you super motivated?
Yeah, but I don't want to give up. I've come this far. And I have to keep going. That's it.
Emilio suffers and worries. This is the second time he has tried the course. Having been evacuated urgently last year, he knows he doesn't get a third chance. He has no choice but to continue the internship with his seriously damaged hand. The nurse, Emmanuel, is little reassuring for the rest of the adventure.
Is it compromising for the future?
In fact, it's annoying for the rest of the course because it will hurt him. Afterwards, it's also annoying because we're in human atmosphere. So it might get infected. We will have to monitor. He's going to have a bit of a mind because that's going to hurt him for a few days.
Emilio is far from the only intern injured. Another legionnaire has muscle pain.
The first week of the course, it's natural selection week. We tend to say it's the week where people step out of their comfort zone. Even though they're used to worse, they are far from accustomed to this kind of incessant activity, and that also requires a lot of physical resistance. As usual, we have the first symptoms that appear, especially with back pain, knee pain, and ankle pain. We have a lot of people who are affected by these little pains.
The trainees leave the Pekari track for a few minutes of respite. A rare opportunity to breathe and rest the severely tested bodies.
Is the course hard or not?
Not at all.
It's all in the head. It's true. Everything in the head. It is not easy.
It's not easy for anyone. No, it's not easy. What keeps me going is that I tell myself that it's 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, it will stop there. I will keep good memories of it. We'll laugh about what happened, on the mistakes we made, on the successes, all over a beer, and that's it.
Here's the forest that tires us. It's not the drills, it's the forest. It's the forest that kills us. It's making everything harder than it actually is. It's a pain in the ass.
After a particularly difficult day, the sun sets over the Apruag River. But for trainees, no way to sleep right away. They've been up since 5 in the morning. It is 9 in the evening, and they still have to prepare to sleep under the stars. The instructors appoint them a new location each evening. It is up to everyone to prepare their bivouac.
Before setting up the bivouac and sleeping right away, you have to check on the ground that nothing is lying around, or everything, like a scorpion, for example, and dangerous animals for humans. Same on trees, check that the tree is solid. So if the tree is rotten, we quickly find ourselves on the ground without even realizing it.
As a bed, a hammock placed between 2 trees.
I think we'll sleep until the end in the forest.
That's the point. He trains us for our future missions, no? Having a mosquito repellent is very important.
In the middle of the jungle, it's all about survival. Protect yourself from mosquitoes, improvise lighting, or, more complicated still, ensure a minimum of hygiene, even if it means cheating with the rules for taking a shower.
You can take the showers next door, where there are pipes. But if we get caught, we keep our mouths shut. Does everyone understand me? Did everyone hear me? It's good, right? Discreet.
The only source of water authorized for washing is the river, 15 minutes walk from the camp. By mutual agreement, the trainees decide to break the rule and to shower in the camp of the instructors, a little trip that could cost them dearly.
The shower with water jets is truly a luxury. It's more than luxury, it's paradise. Let's go.
The shower here is a simple garden hose, a rudimentary water jet, which however makes the happiness of the trainees accustomed to much worse. In record time, they wash and shave themselves. After 20 minutes without being caught by the instructors, the soldiers return to their bivouac. Sam can finally breathe. The results he draws from his first days are more than mixed. Member of the regular army, he dislikes the strict commands and rules of the Foreign Legion.
I sincerely think about stopping sometimes when we see the rhythm, but I hang on. And here, I hang on. I stay. For my wife and for my daughter, for my family and for myself too. Say, I don't have to give up here, that I have a moral structure from time to time.
Blows of blues and clash of cultures. Sam is unprepared for Legion methods.
At the Legion, they have a very particular way to command these men. It's special. You have to live it. I'm not here to criticize. It's their way of doing things. As I say, there are excellent people among the Legionnaires, and these are top-notch guys. Already from the beginning, they come from abroad. They come to fight for a country that is not theirs. It's all in their honor. That's for sure. But how they order and maneuver their troops, it's not too much like the regular one. It's not at all like we're used to working with. When I order as I would like to be commanded. And it's not similar at all to the way I would personally command. But hey, after all, it's their way of doing things. I do not criticize. But I won't do it like that. You can't take the initiative here. You have to wait to be told to do it, even if you understand the idea long before you are told sometimes. But we can't afford to take the initiative. It creates tensions and causes problems. We are not here to think. The problem is that it boils down to just that, carry and run. But it does not matter, we deal with it. It's all part of the training.
Sixth day of the Forest Specialist course. This morning, it's canoe training.
Slow down a bit.
Without mastering this means of transport, no certificate for trainees.
If it's good, let's go. Take off and then you are going to turn.
Fabrice is Guyanese, Amazonian specialist. He knows the jungle and its rivers in every corner. He's one of the few civilians there, hired by the Foreign Legion.
Stay straight. Stop moving like that.
He takes his role very seriously.
Take your hand off. Take your hand off the edge of the canoe. God, I can't believe this. You saw the other idiot. He almost lost his hand. Stand still. Stand still. Stand still. This is not possible. Hold your paddle there. Let's go.
In the meanders of the Amazon, improper handling of the canoe can be fatal.
Stand still. Stand still. How do you say stand still in your language? Maybe you will understand that. And you, how can you not understand? I told you to hold the canoe. I didn't tell you to move the canoe forward. You seem to understand less French only at the beginning of the course. That's incredible. Reverse. Look at your pilot.
Fabrice is responsible of the security here. Any discrepancy is sanctioned without appeal.
Once you get to the front, you jump out of the canoe. Not the way to handle the engine. Come on and pass quietly through there. Sit down. I didn't say you can stand up.
Getting up in the canoe means they must dive fully clothed into the river.
I said no one standing in my canoe. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Not to look around, not to watch. No exceptions. It's fine. If I can see, that means you can see him sitting wide. I'm sure that if I sit in the front, I'll see him. There are no excuses to look for. When I say sit, it's sit. That's all. Is it good? We don't get up in the canoe because I lost a comrade like that. He died because of that. So no one's standing in this fucking canoe. It's clear? Do you understand? I will not repeat myself.
Did you have a friend who had an accident?
Yes, more than one, including a comrade who used to work for the center. Unfortunately, he was sitting in front of the canoe. The guy who was in charge hit a rock and fell overboard. The motor of the canoe hit him on the back of his neck, from right here. He was found 3 days later. dead. I have another colleague as well, but that's something else. What happened with him is that he hit a tree with his head, with 75 full horsepower. So we're not going full throttle, guys. He hit the tree. He had his face completely open up, and in the piloting position that he was, we found him like that underwater. The shock was so powerful that he still had the lamp in his hand. He didn't let go. And he was like that, like he was driving, so we are careful. The canoe is dangerous and hurts quick. Okay. Any questions?
Despite the repeated rants, the sermons, and the refrains, the few days spent taming the canoe in this green hell helped Sam regain his spirits.
We learned a lot of stuff here. It's a week a little calmer than the others. That's clear. It's the calm before the storm, apparently. We are here. We have our feet in it. We go all the way.
Corporal Sam makes no mistake about it. In this intensive course, better to savor the calmer days. Before facing the rest of the shock program, trainees learn to live in the environment of the forest, the river, to clean themselves and their uniforms. And as soon as possible, regain strength and eat something. In each bag, a survival ration for each day.
Anyone got fresh water?
Fresh.
The soldiers eat combat rations while they are in the training field. There, for the moment, it is freeze-dried as there is a lot of water here. And it's much more convenient with the bag. So, there it is freeze-dried. Here I have menu number 1. It's pasta with tuna and vegetables a la Provençal, coffee, chocolate, soup, and it also has an isotonic drink and a small packet of tissues.
How many calories per serving are there?
There are approximately 3,000 calories per serving. 3,000 calories. Afterwards, we devour them here, all 3,000 calories. We sweat and everything. It goes very fast.
And do you guys eat it almost all the time?
The same thing all the time. We mix. We blend water and milk. And we taste. In times like this, it is necessary to say what is good. Very well.
The daily food for another 3 weeks. Chocolate cereal for Sam. A shepherd's pie revisited by the army for the Legionnaire Igor.
It's all right. With the meat, it's edible. We are not at the restaurant here. It's bad enough that it's not always pasta. Do you like it?
Today, far from the strenuous physical exercises that will quickly resume, onto theory.
The handset, Morse code learning. To plug it in, there's no point in forcing it. There, it's not going to fit. It's like with women, you gotta go gently. Take it easy, as they say. So you pose, you turn.
Morse, an essential means of communication for isolated missions in the middle of the jungle. Very quickly, the trainees will have to learn about this coded alphabet. Morse code is essential. but it's difficult. Trainees have very little time before the test.
So I assure you, it's not in 20 or 30 minutes that you are going to learn Morse code. But I just want to show you the basic stuff.
It's not our thing, that's for sure. I don't know. I am not in it.
I don't know.
Je sais pas. Moi, je suis pas trop dedans.
Hardly time to get used to this new method, and this is already the test. A test which, like the others, will count in the final evaluation of the Legion training course. Captain Samuel gives his final instructions.
You transmit and send a message of 4 words, about 15 letters. It's not complicated. When you finish, you will write line, point, point, line, and so on. And in the end, you will have time to search for the corresponding one. And when you have the message, you bring it to me. If the message is good, you go to sleep. If the message is not good, we start again. And so on. So there are, in 10 minutes they are in bed, and others in 2 hours will still be there. Come on, total silence. Let's go.
For the soldiers, a headache begins. The first to decipher the message, it's Master Corporal Sam.
You have 5 minutes to look for the letter. 5 minutes.
It is not a coincidence. He is a radio transmitter in his regiment. He can go to sleep before everyone else. For those who continue to floor, sleep, it is far from one.
We're not going to sleep tonight, in my view. Otherwise, if we go to sleep, it will be too late.
Back on the school benches, the trainees are placed under guard.
5 minutes. Put your hand in front of your sheet. That way your classmate won't come looking for the answer from you.
It is complicated.
Not nearly in the Legion. The coded message must be deciphered to the letter. Legionnaire Nikolai hoped he could go to sleep, but he will have to revise his copy.
There is an error here. There's a mistake here, so you just stand there and search. Quiet there.
After almost 2 hours of examination, there are only 2 trainees left, including the Legionnaire Emilio, who had injured his hand, and to whom nothing is spared.
I said to myself that it matches that. It's good, it's good.
Which letter is that?
That one. I didn't understand that.
Okay.
End of fiscal year and privilege. Tonight, for the first time in the adventure, the trainees will not join the forest. They will sleep in a semblance of comfort, a well-deserved night's rest before the upcoming events. After a week of training, for the volunteers, the ordeal is far from over. Staff Sergeant Thomas introduces them to the new challenge.
With me, you will see a technique for climbing trees. Gather quickly, in the form of a sect, in front of the tree over there.
Objective of the test: reach a bowl placed 9 meters high on a tree. And climb only with the strength of the arms, a dangerous exercise where any fall can be very serious. To motivate the troops, those who reach the top will be entitled to a real meal made with fresh meat. For the lucky ones, a local version barbecue made from caimans.
Those who have gone up will eat first, with the freedom to choose to fill their plate as much as they want, and the last will only pick up the crumbs of what remains.
Purpose of the exercise: on a mission, knowing how to climb up trees can be crucial. This is sometimes the only way to be able to emit waves and communicate.
He is slightly good at it.
But today, the bowl is synonymous with a good meal.
Since I started here, I am a ball of fire, and after a while, fatigue sets in.
A challenge which, for some, like Corporal Pierre, seems mission impossible.
I'm 84 kilos, I'm not 76 or 68.
During the test, the tension becomes maximum in view of what is at stake. For a week, noon and night, the trainees were only entitled to survival rations. Today, the key, something to improve, can be the ordinary.
The food, my man. I'm hungry, I'm going up. Ah yes, just to eat. Here is the instruction. No climbing, no touching the bowl, no eating. That's the instruction. No brain, no migraine.
It is now Corporal Pierre's turn. Hungry, he begins this climb with energy, under the encouragement of his friends.
Keep your feet tight. It was starting to be easy. Go ahead.
Come on, don't let go.
These efforts are visibly poorly measured. He tires quickly and treads water. The instructors ask him to stop. He fails 2 meters from the goal.
More strength, that's it. What happens when you don't work on the economy? When we start something, either we go to the end or we do nothing at all. That's how I see it.
Failure is not your thing.
Failure isn't for army guys anyway. Either we go all the way or we stop. A contract is terminated. I did not come for the light. Otherwise, I stay at home. I would have said no for the internship. I'll be with my wife watching TV, and it will be fine. But hey, I decided to be here.
Take the one that is already ready. It is smaller. Take this one.
At the Legion, failure is not an option.
The knot at the bottom.
And even worse, Captain Samuel can't stand all lack of will. This intern is going to pay the price.
Okay. You have to at least try. There, you make a first try, you slide directly. It's okay, I'm done. They're the comrades that we left to do. First try we let clear. We got away because they tried. You don't even try there. At least we tried to get up there. Minimum. I prefer to see a guy who spends 10 minutes doing 1 meter than a guy who stops right away. Come on, go back there.
Corporal Emilio understood the message well. Despite his injury, he does not hesitate for a moment to attempt the impossible. Climb the tree using only one able hand.
Don't give up there.
Don't let go.
Despite the encouragement, no miracle, the effort is too hard. Corporal Emilio gives up. He will not have the right to the feast. He joins the 14 trainees who did not take up the challenge.
Those who have gone up to the Piconia come here before me. All the guys who made it. A column over there. All those who have succeeded come this way, with your quarter in hand and your makeshift plate.
For those who passed the test, the hour of the long-awaited reward, a feast in the middle of the jungle. For his starving soldiers, an unexpected menu. A banana leaf as a plate. It's the Cayman meat rush.
The first real meal you eat in the forest.
Yes, the first real meal. Until now, we ate rations.
The joy of eating a portion of real meat. Under the envious gaze of those who have failed, who will have to make do with leftovers. They don't know what they are missing. Cayman meat quickly found its followers.
Ça goûte quoi le caïman? Comment? Ça goûte quoi?
It's between chicken and fish. A little bit of both.
Private Nikolai comes from Serbia. His particularity, a body covered in tattoos, which tells of his life and his commitment to the Foreign Legion.
I have a Nike, it means a military. A Nike with the 4S. It is for Serbia. Here I am at the Legion. I remain all my life in the Legion. I can tattoo myself, no problem. There I will tattoo myself until the end.
If his stomach has been well filled, some parts of the body continue to suffer, like his feet.
Am I having trouble removing the rangers or what? I have pain here in my heels, but I think it's because of the blisters.
For Nikos, the Green Beret like him can take it all.
At the Legion, the Green Berets said, "Forward, always forward." That's our word in the regiment. Well, here we go. We finished this internship. You don't have to try to understand. My foot hurts, but here we go like this. That's it. This is the purpose of the Legion. It is in fact this. In 3 days we will be tired, but it is the humidity that tires us. After that, afterwards, in your life. You have to look, act, and also think, like a predator. Don't see yourself as a victim, as a loser. Otherwise, the forest will eat you. It's better to look at yourself, to take yourself for a predator.
A predator always on the run. At the pace of the Legion. At nightfall, this is the mandatory medical visit for trainees. 9 days have passed since the start of this instruction. Out of the ordinary and the bodily damage is numerous. Captain Samuel imposed an obligatory weekly visit. It is the nurse Emmanuelle who inspects the soldiers. She is in Guyana for a 3-month mission.
Sign it swells. You come back to see us.
What are you looking at?
Here, we look at their feet, the integrity of their feet, if they have no abrasions in the back due to the bags and what they carry. And everywhere, see if there is no infection.
Now, it is Legionnaire Emilio's turn.
How are you? It will be all right in the end.
His hand is healed, but the fate continues to hound him. The damp has eaten away at his feet. The nurses are overwhelmed by the situation. The doctor is called to their rescue.
He needs a potassium foot bath for 10 minutes.
When did it start?
Yesterday.
So, it's from yesterday. Has it been 24 hours? Is it since yesterday?
Yes, I feel it's here. It is there.
Yeah.
For the chief doctor, Emilio puts his health in danger.
For me, it's complicated that you can continue the internship. You will have other opportunities to participate in the course.
It's the last chance. This is the last time, but I can still run. I can still do it.
Yes, but you can run, of course. But again, it's not whether you can run or not. The question is that there is a risk of infection, which is too important compared to your foot injuries. Well, that's it actually. There is no miracle drug, especially since you will continue to be in a humid environment. You will go in the water, you will run, your feet will be permanently wet at the level of the legs, and it will not be able to heal properly. If we want it to be cured and well, unfortunately, you have to get out of the environment in which you are right now. I will leave you now, good luck, and then we finish the care.
Emilio takes the hit. For the second consecutive year, the Chilean Legionnaire may have to abandon the course on medical advice from the Army doctor. He will not have a third chance, neither here nor in the metropolitan France. His dream of becoming a forest instructor himself suddenly walks away.
Now, this is the second time I've tried to pass this training, this course.
What happened the first time?
The first time, I also had an infection. An infection on the right foot.
If you miss, can you start over a third time?
No, it will not be possible a third time. Next year, I will return to the metropolitan France.
Is this the last chance?
Exactly. This is the last time. That's why I made a big effort. Despite my injury.
Barring a miracle, Emilio will have to leave the internship. Despite all his will, the trials to come promise to be beyond his force and strength. In the coming days, the courses of the obstacle will still harden. The soldiers will also have to survive independently in the jungle, by themselves.